When people think of Pokemon, many things come to mind. There's the trading card game, there's the video games, and there's all the cool little creatures that we've all grown to love. One of the biggest aspects of Pokemon is the collectability. The whole point of the game is to collect them all, of course. So it's safe to say that there's going to be some rare, Pokemon. You hear a lot of people talk about Pokemon cards getting pretty rare, and don't even get me started about some of those video game prices. However, one thing that I haven't really noticed talked about too much is the rarity of Nintendo consoles, specifically Pokemon-themed Nintendo consoles. Over the past 25 years, Nintendo has released a wide variety of game-specific themed consoles, Pokemon being one of the many subjects to these limited edition handhelds. Now, by watching this video, I assume you're pretty interested to find out about some of them, as was I. So I did some research and compiled a list of the top 10 most rare, hard to find, and expensive Pokemon-themed consoles ever made by Nintendo, and some of them are pretty cool to say the least. So without further ado, let's just take a look. So first up on our list, we actually have a pair of pretty cool Nintendo DS Lite systems. I couldn't decide just which one to pick between the two as far as rarity goes, so I just threw them both into the number 10 spot. The first one, as we can see, is a super cool white Giratina themed console, released in 2008 to commemorate the launch of Pokemon Platinum version on the Nintendo DS. These were only obtainable in very specific Japanese Pokemon centers, as well as to the Pokemon Daisuke Club for a crazy high amount of points, making this console really hard to get. The same goes for the yellow Pikachu version, which features Pikachu's face at the bottom corner. This one was available via the Pokemon Daisuke Club as well, and also, you guessed it, very difficult to obtain. Both of these consoles, being so old and hard to find to begin with, have become some of the most sought-after Pokemon DS Lites of all time. Come on, who doesn't like these? They're super cool to look at. It's estimated that only 10,000 of each were made, and the fact that they were only given out in Japan through the Daisuke Club makes these consoles very rare. In at number 9 here, we actually have a Nintendo Switch, this one being the Pokemon Fragment Designs collaboration, which connected the Pokemon Company and Fragment, a fashion design company. This Switch features a super minimalistic blacked out design with the Fragment Lightning Bolt and Pikachu on either Joy-Con. This console released for $400 and is now in super limited quantities. They're now selling for upwards of 7 times the value of release. Since they are a relatively new release, you can still find some on the internet, but be prepared to pay a pretty penny for this Nintendo Switch. In at the number 8 spot, we have a little bit of an oddity. This is an Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia limited edition Nintendo DS Lite. This one was only released in Japan, and as far as I know, it's super limited. There's almost no photos of it on the internet whatsoever, and the photo that you're seeing is the only one that I could find. This coincided with the release of the Arceus movie that came out in Japan, and these consoles are super limited nowadays. Safe to say if you have one, you're pretty lucky. In at the number 7 spot here, we actually have a super cool trio of Nintendo DS's. The first one is a bright orange Nintendo DS Lite given to the top participants at the Pokemon World Championships in 2008. Only 112 of each of these consoles were made, and they were given out to the top players of the trading card game and video game championships of the given year. The next one we have is a super cool blue DSi given to the competitors of 2009. Same thing goes for this bright yellow DSi XL given to the Pokemon World Championship competitors in 2010 if they placed high enough to receive one. Once again, 112 of them made, and if you can find one today, they are super expensive. Next up on our list are a few consoles that are becoming rarer and rarer by the day, and these are the Pokemon Daisuke Club Nintendo DS Lites. Only having 150 of each console made, yours either contain Pikachu or one of the 3 starters engraved in the front, with the Daisuke Club logo beneath it. They came in a beautiful icy white color and are super limited today. In order to purchase one of these, you had to be in the Daisuke Club in Japan and win a lottery to be able to purchase one. They're going for crazy amounts of money now, and yeah, they're just super crazy and cool to look at. I hope I can get one personally. In at the number 5 spot, we also have kind of an oddity. This one I actually never knew existed until researching for this video. We have the Pokemon 10th Anniversary Nintendo DS Lite featuring Mew and Pikachu on the cover. These were given out to the employees of the Nintendo team who helped work on Pokemon Diamond and Pearl version and to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the company. These are super hard to find, and the photos I have on this video are the only ones currently online. It's safe to say that if one of these ever pops up online, they're gonna go for crazy amounts. It's said that only 50 of these were made, but who knows. Next up on our list, we have these super cool Nintendo 3DS XLs featuring either Primal Kyogre or Primal Groudon. These consoles were given out in a giveaway by GameStop to celebrate the release of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. There was only a very small window of time where you could enter, and only 25 of each version were made, making this one of the rarest 3DS consoles to ever exist. Okay, this next one's going to be a mouthful. Here at number 3 is an even more rare trio of Nintendo 3DS XL consoles, featuring Ash, Pikachu, Xerneas, and Yveltal on the front. These were given out as promotion consoles for attending a football match in Japan, sponsored by the Yokohama football team, and the number of consoles given out was actually relative to the number of goals that the team scored during the game. So there's not a lot of goals scored in football games, meaning that there's not a lot of these consoles out there. In order to get one, you had to go to a soccer match in Japan for this given team and get lucky. There's 3 different colors. There's a blue one, there's a red one, and there's a white one, and each one represents a different team with the team's logo imprinted on the back of the 3DS system. There's also a black one of these released, but I could not find any information about it other than there's only about 10 of them out right now. So if you have one of these, you're very lucky. Okay, so in the number 2 spot, we actually have 2 separate entries. I'll talk about the first one first, and I actually found the second entry while researching the first one, so they kind of go hand in hand, I guess. The first one was only available in the Pokemon Battle Trozei giveaway that happened in Japan, where they released a special black and white version of a 3DSL console, featuring a whole bunch of Pokemon on the front from the game, and there's only about 5 of each color ever released. So you had to enter through a magazine in Japan, and if you did win, you had an extremely rare console. I didn't even know these existed until I started doing research for this video, and they're super cool, if you ask me. This console was held in a lottery form with the Daisuke Club. If you guys were wondering, that's what the magazine was from. And 2 units were released of each for that contest thing, and the other 2 were released through a TV promotion by the Daisuke Club. I also had to include this 3DS XL system on the list. At the number 2 spot, it stays kind of relative to the last one as far as rarity goes. It might be even a little bit more rare, but I can put 2 at the number 2 spot because it's my list. We have a white Nintendo 3DS XL featuring all the costume Pikachus that was released to celebrate the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire release in Japan. These were dropped at Toys R Us in a raffle, and as far as I'm aware, there's like 1 to 3 of them available. It might even be rarer than the first one on this list, but we can't say for sure, so it stays at number 2. This one is super cool if you ask me, and I know it's not for everybody, but I really like it, and if I ever get lucky enough to purchase one, I think I'll have to do it. And at the number 1 spot, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, it is the Mega Charizard Dragon King Tournament Nintendo 3DS XL. This one features Mega Charizard on the front, and it just looks super sweet. This was given out as a prize for the winner of a tournament called the Dragon King Tournament in Japan, and only 2 of these have ever been made and put into existence. It features Mega Charizard on the front, of course, with the little bit of the tournament writing on the side, and the winner's name was actually engraved in the back of the system, as you guys can see on the photo here. These, as far as I know, are 2 of the only photos available for this Nintendo 3DS console, and none of them has surfaced since the Dragon Tournament was held. So what do you guys think? This one, for me, definitely the most rare. Being only 2 available and none have ever come online, that's pretty crazy. Well guys, we've reached the end of the video. What did you guys think? That's my list. This took a ton of research, and this is the most effort I've ever put in a video. So, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely tell me what I could have done better. As you guys probably know, this is my first top 10 video. So feedback is greatly appreciated. And if you did like it, tell me you liked it. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Let me know if you own any of these consoles or which one was your favorite. And I'm going to try to do a lot of this kind of stuff in the future for the channel. So give me some ideas. I love hearing your feedback, and I just want to make you guys happy when I make videos. So yeah, without further ado, my name is Yaku. I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next video.